What's up everyone, my name's Garrett. I'm a full-time 7-figure Amazon seller, and in today's video, I'm gonna be going over how to double your Amazon business. So if you're an existing seller or even if you're someone new, right? How do we go from doing, let's say, $10,000 a month in sales to 20, from 20 to 40, from 40 to 80? How can I double my Amazon business? Now, it's actually a lot easier than most of you might think, right? And there's a few different things I want to go over in this video that you're going to have to take action on if you want your Amazon business to double. And if you stay till the end of the video and get all of these simple things that you can implement, I guarantee your Amazon business will double. So if you're new to the channel, like I said, my name is Garrett. I've been making content about selling on Amazon for the better part of the last 5 years. I've been a full-time seller for 5 years now. So if that's something you're interested in learning more about, I make content here on my channel. Definitely consider subscribing. But let's get right into the content of this video. So the first thing you're going to need to look at in your business is how many units do you have in your inventory, right? Do you have 1,000 units in your inventory at any single given time? Do you have 2,000, 3,000 units, right? What we need to do is double the amount of units we have available for sale at Amazon at any specific time, right? And these units have to be of the same quality, right? The same type of sell-through rate, the same type of price points, average price points we're used to selling. And like I said, all we have to do is focus on doubling our amount of inventory. I guarantee you, if you can get to the point in your Amazon business where you double the amount of inventory you have available for sale at once, your business is going to double. It's really that simple, but there's some things we need to do in order to actually double our inventory, because it's easier said than done, right? I can sit here and tell you to double your inventory, but what do we actually have to do to actually make that happen, right? You might be hitting a pitfall right now where you're doing as much as you can by yourself. So that's kind of what I want to go over, is how to implement certain things to get our inventory to double. But that's the first thing we need to focus on. We need to double the amount of inventory we have on average available and ready to be sold on Amazon. So one thing we need to keep in mind is, in order for our inventory to double, what do we have to do? We have to spend double the amount of money we're used to spending on inventory. So if you don't have that capital available, we're gonna need to get it somehow. So you might have the capital available to go ahead and spend it, but you just can't spend it properly. But if you're someone who doesn't have that, you need to look into some options of, hey, might get an Amazon loan, might head to the bank, get a business loan. We need to acquire funding in order to actually purchase these products to double our inventory. So that's going to be the second thing, is making sure we have the proper funding and capital to actually make this happen. Once we have the capital needed to actually purchase the products needed to double our inventory, there's two things we need to focus on in order to make this happen, especially if you've kind of maxed out as much as you can do as a single person, right? You might be part-time doing this in the evenings after your full-time job. You might be full-time, but you're working 80 hours a week doing as much as you can, and you don't have that time to actually go in and figuring out a way to double your inventory. So the two things we need to focus on is, one, how our products are being prepped, right? And two, how our products are being purchased, right? These are two key components in the whole part of the system that actually makes us able to double our inventory, right? How is our products being prepped, and how are we purchasing our products? Because if we're maxed out, we have to figure out ways to outsource at least one of those two processes, so then we can go ahead and increase our output of how much inventory we're getting into Amazon. So first, let's start with prepping products, right? You might be doing all the purchasing and all the prepping. Prepping is the first thing I recommend any Amazon seller outsource. Reason being is there's two options and two ways you can do this. You can hire someone to prep these products in-house for you, but if you don't want to deal with an employee, you can easily outsource your prep to a prep center, right? So those are two ways to outsource. If you're going to do it, it's obviously going to be cheaper if you have someone you know, or you might have a little brother, little sister, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, someone that can help you with prep. You can bring them in. You don't have to pay them that much, and you can usually get products prepped for pretty cheap. But if you don't want to deal with that like me, if it's online arbitrage or wholesale, I'm sending that to a prep center where I'm paying them a per unit fee, and they're sending those products into Amazon for me. Now, what this does is, when you free up the amount of time you're spending on prepping products, right? It's very time consuming. You now have that time to dedicate to purchasing more inventory, right? Which is the number one way to grow your business, is purchasing more profitable inventory. So the first thing you want to do is outsource product prep, right? Doesn't matter if it's a prep center or hiring an in-house prepper, right? We want to get that set up and in place so now we have more time to purchase products, right? And that's the second thing is, if you go ahead and outsource that task of prepping, does that give you enough time to purchase enough products to double your inventory? If you still cannot double your inventory by freeing up that amount of time that you spend prepping products, which you should be able to, we then have to bring on help to help us purchase more products. If you're someone doing retail arbitrage, it's hiring a buyer and setting up some sort of tier system so you can send buyers out there to purchase products for you. A lot of people don't even do hourly, they just pay a sourcer a per item fee depending on how much profit it's bringing in. If you're doing online arbitrage, we can easily outsource to virtual assistants for $3-4 an hour. They can be sourcing for us all day long. If we're doing wholesale, we can also hire a virtual assistant, or you guys can bring someone in-house to do it. Obviously, if you bring someone in-house, it's gonna cost you a lot more money. So a lot of people tend to lean towards virtual assistants. Both have their pros and cons. But that's essentially what you're gonna need to do. If you still can't double your inventory purchasing products on your own, you're gonna have to get help. That's the only way, or you're gonna have to find a more efficient way to get more inventory, whether that's, you might be on an RA, OA business model that's switching to wholesale where you can buy more volume. These are all different types of options you can use to be more efficient in your sourcing. Maybe it's just developing better strategies, finding better suppliers, finding better storefronts to storefront stock. All these are simple ways, but if you get to the point where you just can't keep, you've hit that wall where you know you're a good sourcer, right? You know what you're doing, you know how to buy products. Once you get to the top of that, you have to bring on help if you want to continue to grow your business. So that's essentially how you guys double your business. In order to double your business, you have to source the same type of quality products with the same sell-through rates, double your inventory. In order to double your inventory, we need to double the amount of capital we're spending. And in order to make that happen, if you can't do it all on your own, we have to outsource product prepping and maybe possibly bring on someone to help us source more products. So hopefully that helps you guys out in this video. If you have any questions, definitely leave me a comment down below. I love hearing your guys' feedback. If you guys have any suggestions, help people out down in the comments below. We're all here on the same mission, trying to grow and scale our own Amazon businesses. So help each other out down in the description below. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. I also have my coaching program linked down in the description, the Arbitrage University. Check it out if you want to get more in-depth strategies on growing your business. And I also host a free training every single Sunday, totally free. If you guys want to sign up for that, it's in the link in the description as well. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.